Joe Hopkins here, and the big question that everybody's been doing this AI stuff, right? I've seen it all over the place. AI songwriting, AI everything. So is AI the future of music, right? I got into thinking about this because my wife has been talking about AI and writing about AI. My wife's a professional writer, and there are a lot of people in her industry that are celebrating AI. They're thrilled with this idea. Well, of course they're thrilled with it. They don't have to pay writers to write stuff if they can get a computer to do it, and then they get to keep all the money. They don't have to pay someone. A publisher can have an AI write it and make up a fake person to put their name on it, and that person doesn't really exist. So you get to keep all the money instead of having to pay somebody. My wife does a lot of ghostwriting. You don't need a ghostwriter if you have AI, right? That's the idea anyway. And I imagine that the music industry feels the same way. Why should we pay songwriters when a computer can do it? And well, it's an interesting thought, isn't it? I get what they're going for, as messed up as that is. So I think AI is useful in certain ways. I think AI, could it write a hit pop song? And yeah, I think it could. I think a savvy producer can have AI write the words, put together a happy little tune, a little melody. Most people aren't that interested in the content of the song anyway. If it has a hook that you can sing along with and a nice beat and a melody that makes you feel kind of, ooh, this is nice. Yeah, AI could probably write a hit song for Katy Perry, right? But there are things that AI can't do that maybe someday, but it's kind of hard to imagine it. And it's the same thing like with what my wife does with writing. AI can write a piece about something, right? And as long as it's just an informative piece, it can do fairly good. But if you're looking for emotional content, AI, it's a computer, it's not a person, and it doesn't understand how to connect on an emotional level. Anything that goes further than skin deep, I don't see where it's going to work. It doesn't have human experiences. It can't make comparisons. And it's like that with my wife's writing or with songwriting. My wife's quite a good writer, and I've told her if a lot of people are trying AI as this big fad, told her this might be good for you because you're actually a good writer. You actually connect with people. You write things with a high level of emotional content. Plus, she writes on a lot of Christian topics. So I don't see where AI is going to get how theology is pertinent in your personal life. I don't think AI is really going to get that kind of thing that well. You know what I mean? Making those leaps of intuition and applying things personally. And I think it's the same way with songwriting. Yeah, it could write a hit song, but mostly because a lot of the stuff on the radio, and I'm not putting down pop music. I like pop music. There's a place for it. But a lot of it is just happy little numbers that you can sing along with the chorus, and nobody really pays that much attention to the words anyway. But then there's the music that people do pay attention to. It does make an impact. It's relevant. It's personal. It makes an emotional connection with the listener because it has an emotional content. I don't think AI can do that. I don't think AI is going to ever really do that. How do you explain feelings to a computer? How do you explain feelings to a robot? I mean, we've all seen the movies where a robot learns to feel. But it's a fantastic idea, and that's why it works as a fantastical story, like in a movie. Can a robot feel? Can a computer feel? Maybe someday. And even if we get there, is it going to feel the same way we do? Emotional content is something that's important to a lot of songwriting. And like I said, not to all songwriting. I've written songs that are just fluff, and there's a place for that. It's fine. But there are those songs that make you feel something. And those songs really matter. A lot of times they're the songs that last. And, the person who sings it doesn't have to be the person that wrote it, but it has to come from somewhere that you can connect to. Your audience needs to connect to it. I don't know if AI can do that. And I'm not just talking about the songs with a deep emotional impact, you know. There are songs like the sexy songs, the songs about sex, the songs about partying that are written in a way that connects with the audience. You know, can AI write something that turns the listener on? Something erotic that really, can AI really get it? It's not just a string of words. There's a meaning to it that is written by somebody and understood by the audience. And a lot of songs are emotional. There's an emotional impact there. It comes from someplace in here, and it goes to the audience to someplace in here for them. And some songs are more intellectual. Can AI write something that's intellectually creative? My wife made the point that one of the problems with AI writing is it's derivative. It's looking through the internet and finding other people's work to kind of shuffle the deck and make something new. And we as artists do that. We all have our influences. You know, you take a little bit of AC/DC and a little bit of Paul Simon and put it together and you get something new. But, you know, we're doing it in a different kind of way. It's derivative, but there's also creative process to it. With AI, a lot of it is simply derivative. It's why AI works so well when people do videos, like I'm sure you've seen on YouTube, I've seen them, where they do an AI written AC/DC song. And basically AI is just taking AC/DC's catalog and putting the words together into something that sounds like that. And that's great. That is a derivative work. It's supposed to be, and that's why when you listen to it, you're amused. It's funny. It's funny because AI will get the same phrases or same words over and over again, the words that were used a lot by that particular artist. You listen to the one I heard on AC/DC, they said balls a lot, you know, a lot of things about balls, because you don't realize everybody remembers the song Big Balls, but you don't really realize how much they mention their balls throughout their entire catalog of music until AI gets a hold of it. And then AI just realizes, hey, these guys talk about their balls a lot, so they write a song about their balls. So, but yeah, it's amusing. So can AI write a hit song? Yeah, AI can write a hit song. Is AI going to write that song that really gets you? Really, I mean, makes you feel something? Maybe, but I doubt it. And I don't think it's really going to work that well. I think AI is a tool it can help, but I don't know. I think mostly the industry people that are touting how great this is, I think a lot of it's wishful thinking. They want to do away with artists and musicians and difficult people like that. They want to do away with the people that are a pain in the butt. Right? It's like American Idol. Can we just kind of find a singer that will do what we want? That's what that whole show was. It was a talent show for a record label to find a less difficult artists. We're difficult. Artists are difficult. We have ideas. We have things we want to do. We have hopes and dreams and ambitions, and that gets in the way of the record guy just making money. The problem is art is difficult. Artists are difficult because the business end is the pain in the ass part of it. We enjoy the process. We enjoy the songwriting. We enjoy the music. And some business guy just wants to do away with that and just have business. You know? And AI, they think AI can do that for them. I don't think AI is going to be what they want it to be. I think it's a fad. I think it'll be used. I think it'll be a useful tool. One of the best tools I've heard for it in writing, in blog writing, is use AI to come up with the idea and then write on that idea. And even that, it just shows that y'all don't have ideas. And I think it's the same with songwriting. People said that we'll use AI to come up with kind of a hooky, catchy idea and then go with it. That just shows you don't have ideas. Maybe you shouldn't be in songwriting. Maybe you should go do something else for a living. Come up with some ideas, for God's sake. Look around you. Life is full of ideas. I write songs. I think they're good. And I come up with my ideas by looking at the people around me, looking at the relationships of the people I work with, I look at my wife and I get ideas. My kid says stuff that gives me ideas. Ideas are everywhere. You don't need a computer to help you come up with ideas. Go out for a walk. Look at the people around you and write a story in your head about those people. And there, man, you got a song. You can write a song about that. You can write a song about anything. Just think a little bit, for God's sake. Right? I think anybody can do it, at least to some degree. Maybe your songs aren't that good. Maybe mine aren't that good. But it's still fun, and you don't need AI for that. So yeah. I think AI is going to continue to be an amusing tool for YouTube content, but I don't think it's going to write anything lasting or impactful in the kind of way that artists have been doing for thousands of years. So, yeah, AI isn't going to write Handel's Messiah. Handel had to write that. Anyway, I think he had a lot of help from God, honestly. If there's one piece of music I think was inspired by the Almighty, it's the Messiah. I bring that up because I believe that's the pinnacle of music, to be honest with you. So anyway, that's my thoughts on the subject. There's a comment section. You can tell me your thoughts on the subject. Tell me if I'm totally off base here. But yeah, and while you're at it, subscribe to my channel. And in a sec, there's an end screen here, and there's some cool stuff. The playlists come up, and I'm going to have a playlist come up on the end screen of my new album. I Didn't Get a Memory by Joe Hopkins. Also, you can stream it, or links below. Check it out, man. It's all over the place. I tell you this because I like it. I like my album. I want you to hear it and see if you like it. Very rock and roll stuff. Starts out a little heavy, but you stick with it. If that's not your thing, it's all kinds of different stuff on there. Lighter stuff, bluesier stuff. Check it out. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. I love y'all. Peace out, baby. Bye-bye.